Okay, well, we got a big update to the Spengler G meter. This is, if you haven't seen it, this is my project for like a modern day built Gizmo. That's not an old calculator. It's a modern day microcontroller, and it's all based on Arduino Uno, and it's been super fun to program. And I'll leave this code up so that with a link in order to people can make their own. But one of the big things I've done here, I've kind of done two enhancements to it. Number one is I've added a lot of new screen animations so that each mode is kind of visually entertaining in various ways. And then you might notice two wires up top here. Those are actually going to a little buzzer that I have soldered to the little motherboard back there. So it's a tiny little speaker. It's more like a buzzer than a speaker. And just one resistor attached so that so that little system noises don't kind of make noises on the speaker when it changes from mode to mode. But it's basically that just keeps the signal really clean so that the only things you hear out of the speaker are the things that I intend. So we're going to see a lot more visual animation and sound. Let's power it on. This is the same little boot sequence. It's fictional. It's already booted, just for fun. Right away, we get the little opening riff from the Ghostbusters song. And you can see we've got a lot going on here, right? So I'm animating this little scanning graphic up at the top, and we have the PKE level numbers changing in a pseudo-random fashion. You know, the numbers will get higher, and then the numbers will go back down and get lower. And there's an accompanying little ping sound with the scanning. And that goes on, you know, as long as you're running this, but the notes start to get higher as the numbers get higher, right? So right now we're down below 30. While we're down below 33, it's all one monotone. But as you see these numbers start to climb, once we hit 33, it's going to start raising in pitch. Oh, something a little more dangerous maybe approaching us. Oh. Whoa. Oh, it seems dangerous. I don't know. So anyway, that's what the PKE scanner does. It just it's just gonna go up and down the numbers between about 20% to 95%. All right, so that's one mode, but see, I've got all these great buttons here, so I can go into lots of different modes, right? For example, if I want to do like a systems check on all the systems in my Proton pack, I can hit this top button here. Runs a little system diagnostic, and then it's going to read me out different readings from my different subsystems in my Proton pack. And these are about 10 different messages. I think it is 10 different messages. And I just cycle through them with a little type on effect. Now, if you like that type on effect, you're really gonna love this one. This system over here is brand new. Well, it used to be a ghost detector, but I wasn't sure what that meant. So I've changed it to be Tobin's Spirit Database. With a little musical sting there for Tobin's. And so this goes out. So this is designed to be kind of the least visually busy of the screens that we have. So if you want something that's kind of not super active, put it on this, because it'll hang out there, it'll wait a while, and then maybe it'll detect something. Oh, looks like, yes, a class 2 apparition has been spotted. So that's kind of the more I don't know, low key of the screens. A more active screen would be this one over here. This is my multi-scanner. Okay, once it's calibrated, it just starts to scan for different paranormal signals all around the environment. So this is very much like the PKE scanner, but it doesn't raise and lower in pitch, and it gives us text down at the bottom. So it's kind of like a combination between the system diagnostic screen and the PKE scanning screen. It gives you like the best of both worlds in here. Now, let's say you're a Ghostbuster and you're out there making a public appearance. You're not actually trying to find a ghost, but you are advertising the services of the Ghostbuster organization. Well, you're going to push the advertising button down here. And that's going to have that little top animation on there, and it's going to cycle through various advertising messages. Like, for example, well, of course, the New York phone number, and worldwide at ghostbusters.com, you can make sure all your paranormal needs are met. So these cycle through various, oh, yes, no job is too big, no fee is too big. So that goes through all of some messages that you can just have. And again, it's another more quiet one. It's not making a lot of noise while it's running, unlike some of the scanners that make noise during the scanning. But it has that sweet little musical riff here. Which is super cool. Now, if you push this button here, this is the reset button. So anytime you wanted to reboot from the top, you can just push this button here, and when you let up, it's going to, basically reload the whole thing. Now, let's say you're on maybe a set. You're doing a movie, right? And oh my gosh, your G meter's going off, and we wanted quiet on the set. You can't be making noises, right? Oh my gosh, this thing, it's just making noises all the time, right? So, hey, how about we have a whisper mode for this, right? While you're rebooting, while it's going through this little boot sequence, if you hold down any of the buttons during the reboot sequence, it goes into whisper mode. Listen to that. It's not making noises. Isn't that great? So it does everything that the regular G meter does, but it does it silently. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. I'll have a link to this where I've put the code on there. There's going to be two versions of the code. One is if you're going to add the speaker, it'll have all the sounds in it. And the other version, just to make it a little easier to install, because there's a couple extra steps you have to install, like a sound tone library. So I'll have a version, if you're just not going to put a speaker on it, I'll have a version where you can, more easily just copy the code over and not have to deal with the parts of the code that, run the speaker. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.